All right. Well, I want to thank you all for coming out. I promise I'll try to keep this short and informative. But the topic that I'm presenting on today is the recreational use of anabolic steroids. And as you can see here, there are very apparent negative side effects as well as positive side effects to using the drug that we'll go over shortly. But first, I want to cover essentially what anabolic steroids are and what they do. And basically, anabolic steroids are um, derivatives of the quote unquote male hormone testosterone. And a lot of times, this drug is abused by athletes who are looking to add more muscle, add more mass and strength to their regimen. And there's actually a study that was done by Health Funding Research that found as many as 1,084,000 Americans, or 0.5% of the population, admit that they've used steroids before. So that's a good amount of people. So obviously this is something that affects a good number of people. So that's something that needs to be talked about. But some of the positive side effects that are associated with the use of the drug um, is increased muscle mass, increased strength, and something that's very appealing to many athletes is the fact that recovery time is cut in half basically with the use of anabolic steroids. For example, with someone who's training naturally, for protein synthesis to occur, or recovery time is about 48 hours, whereas someone who's using steroids, that time is cut in half to about 24 hours. So it can be very appealing to someone who is looking to take their body to the next level and sort of gain an upper hand. But real fast, I just want to go over or just show a couple examples of people who were able to take their bodies to the next level through steroids. And both of these people are physique and bodybuilding competitors, but it is also very prevalent in strongman competitions as well as powerlifting. And this is Eddie Hall, who last year broke the deadlift record for 1,100 pounds. So, as you can see, through steroids, the body is able to achieve great things. But that being said, there are lots of negative side effects that are associated with steroid use as well. And something to consider is that there's a difference between people who are receiving steroid treatment from a physician or a doctor compared to someone who's using the drug recreationally. And there's a study that found oftentimes abusers of the drug take 10 to 100 times more than would be prescribed by a physician to treat a condition or illness. So it's important that we understand that there is a difference between the use through a physician or doctor and recreational use. But some of these negative side effects include hair loss, acne, injection or infections from injections, and hormone imbalance as well. There was another study that was done by Health Funding Research that found that aggression and irritability are 50% more likely to happen when an athlete is using steroids compared to when they don't. So that's obviously something that needs to be taken into consideration if someone is considering using steroids or not. And if by some miracle you're able to avoid any of those negative side effects, most likely years down the road after using steroids, you'll look like these guys. This is Mustafa Mohammed and Arnold Schwarzenegger, who both used massive amounts of steroids and whose bodies became accustomed to those large quantities. And once they stopped injecting those large quantities of steroids, their bodies went back to an extremely low level of testosterone. So basically, they built up a tolerance. Once they got off, they have extremely low levels of testosterone now, and they're most likely on testosterone replacement therapy just to have normal levels of testosterone in their bodies. So as you can see, it takes quite a toll on the body. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's really up to the person, and that's kind of what I want to get at. And that's my presentation, and